Okay, so I just don't know what I'm doing. But that last video by a demigod of the Matrix, demigod music group of the Matrix, the lyrics of the song, "What an amazing mind, so understanding and so kind. You're everything to me." That's right. What an amazing mind. That is what the demigods and the Matrix thinks of humans. What an amazing mind. So understanding and so kind. You are everything to us. Because we can then create a music video with our demigod stars controlling you and the Matrix. And that is the mission, like from the Hotel California. The mission has been accomplished because the videos are 30 years old, some of those videos that I've been running just there. But unfortunately, because I'm technologically incompetent, even with a mobile phone, I can't record them properly. And also the mobile phone has a life of its own too, because even the other day, this is just an example of the practicalities of the Matrix. Whether you think it is so or not is purely up to yourself, and that will depend probably whether you're of the Matrix or not. But either way, it was so that when I filmed the Matrix sound at the door there, at that door over there, as you can see, the light is on here. And actually they did me a favour by turning the lights out, because obviously my house is a little bit of a dirty disgrace. So they actually were doing me a favour so that the light couldn't show the condition, because I have got, hey, some of it's my fault, and obviously the rest is external influences or external, the environment, shall we say, because I'm not going to go into the details because it gets me into a problem with the Matrix and the Matrix beings and those that protect the Matrix, really, even humans that protect it. But as you can see, the light is on, and this light is always on. I leave the light on all the time. I haven't turned it off almost for years. But of course now, because we live in a technological world where the light bulbs don't blow, so you can actually leave them on for years, and that's what you call advancement, which we then lap up and say that's a good thing because you don't have to replace the lights. But as I've said before, there will be a high price paid for me and any other humans, and I use the word human by meaning people who are spiritual and do not think that we are meant to be in a matrix, technologically based and infiltrated and controlled reality. And that takeover is now so much showing itself to be intense, because in the past it's been there, but like I say, when the Matrix shows itself, but it is showing the world at the present time too, strangely enough. But if it's something that you think is natural and real, there's nothing natural or real in an artificial technological matrix. But even if it was a real world, you'd still have to say you can still have people directing and controlling you, and whether that is under the guise of protection. But if you believe it's protection, then you think it's a benefit. So it's just a matter of, like I say, for me personally, I say the price is too high, like in that movie. I keep saying that line, but the price is too high in this reality. I'm losing it here. I'm getting agitated and very angry, and that's no good. But the price is too high. Sure, you can see benefits in this reality. And if you are made to feel fearful, as I am, in this matrix, yes, you are looking for protection. And you can't get it from other human beings because they're not there. Because most of them are psychopathic. And so they're not going to protect you. They are working for themselves and indirectly working for the matrix. And they're working to take you over and down, as is the matrix. Matrix already has taken us over and taken us down. It's just a matter of whether you can crawl back up and out, I would think. And that is not easy. Because human beings are not meant to be the matrix and its gods and its God entity. They are warriors by nature. They're not open warriors, no. And their war is not waged openly. But they believe in technology, and they are technology. They are technology. They are mechanical. Some people would say, see, I don't even like using these words because to me it is so removed from what I am comfortable with and what I think is real and what is meant to be. But the reality is that I'm out of touch, because the reality is, yes, this is a machine. Technology is machinery. We know that. But at an intellectual level, then it's a machine mind, I suppose. I've heard that term. But, as you can see, the light is on here. But the light went off the other day, straight after I was at the door filming, and this car pulled up and a person got out and actually signalled and waved to me, and then the light went out in here, because when I turned the camera around to show the pee on the floor, just because it all took me by surprise, so please don't jump up and down, anyone, over it. But the light was out, and I wondered why it was so dark, because, but like I say, I was so taken up with the video, I basically didn't know what was going on, If you're doing something, what I call candidly or randomly, which I'm not used to, because I'm used to just sitting down, even then I get muddled up, as you know, because I'm taken over by this mad matrix. I'd like to know how you can't be. Awareness of something and to be brought to your attention is one thing, but getting on top of it is another thing, because there's no, there is no real human support at a local or touchable level, shall we say, or connectable level, because distance does create a problem for the human being, I would think, in their projection and in their connection. You know how I say we're spiritual human beings, our thought and thinking, when it's combined with the emotion and the feeling, because the feeling and the emotion projects the thought more. Unfortunately, all we're doing is projecting it to the demigods and the matrix, and that is the sad reality for a human being. There's no benefit to me to any thinking, feeling or thought, not while you are isolated in a matrix locality, which is basically everywhere, but some may be more matrix enclosed than others, depending on how much dominion the matrix has over everyone and anything in a given area. Because the matrix uses every human weakness, every human passion, and the matrix has created most of our weaknesses and passions, strangely enough, because from the day we're born, we have ideas and even our passions pushed into us. We're not really just randomly allowed to be and to develop naturally ourselves, I don't think. I don't think that is possible in this reality. And it is not possible because we're basically told what the reality is by others who are of the matrix. This goes on generation after generation if you want to look at it at a practical, real level. Although, of course, I do not understand this reality enough. I know that what I think about this reality is so limited. I know that even what I think is true may be just, like my videos, a fantasy and a fairy tale, in the sense that if what I believe to be events in the past, and I believe them to be true, but if they are not true, then, you're just being played right, left and centre to make sense of it. And your fear and your emotions about the past and what's been pushed into you or put into you, the Matrix disciples are programmed to receive, but we're also programmed to receive what they put into us too. I don't know if that made any sense. I'm not even sure if it makes sense to me, but if I can turn the video around, I might be able to get a picture here, but I don't know how to do it. Because I've got it round the wrong way. I think maybe I'll try, but it'll probably go off because this mobile phone is so sensitive, it just goes on and off. And if the matrix is not in alignment with me, shall we say, and actually we probably never really are, but it has its limitations. The matrix does have its limitations because it is still the human being is still a necessary evil for the matrix. So like I say, I've lost that train of thought there, but the matrix cannot keep the level that it's at going without utilising the human thought and emotion and feeling at this present time. I wouldn't think. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here making the video, because it's not like you're a favourite, like I say, I would imagine that the Matrix sees most real humans. When I say real, I mean those that do not like a technological reality. even though that is what we're really living in. But even if you are living in this temporary technological reality, I do hope that's the case. Otherwise, boy, am I in trouble. But even in a temporary technological reality, to have no control over your surroundings or your environment or over the reality, even though it is part of a human input creation, if you like to look at it that way, but is being transformed into something else by the demigods and by the God entity and by this matrix, this technological matrix, mind machine. Because it's a technological mind game, it's a technological mind machine being, or God, that runs and has dominion over this reality. And I'm not using the right words. I'm sorry about that. I'm confusing the thing, because it is confusing for me too. But so I've lost my train of thought. I better fold up. I see if I can just get the picture right, but I don't think I can. Hold on. I don't know how this thing works even. Dear. I'm so simplistic, but that's good. But at the same time, if I'm trying to make a video, it's good in the sense that, if you become too immersed in this complicated technological reality and are enticed by it, as we all are, to where you're like, I can press a few more buttons and do this and that is the case, you will be a technological being of the matrix or a disciple of the matrix. You probably won't be a demigod, but you will become, this reality will then become a totally openly artificial domain. Whereas, like I say, it's been a covert technical region or domain, if you like. But if you openly accept technology, then it's open slather. And then the matrix God entity and its minions and the demigods and its followers, its children, its believers, its relatives, unlike our relatives who we're disconnected from, they are connected to all theirs. And I'm folding up because I can't go on.